Dobaga village experienced a mystery that baffled everyone. A man named Wazu lived among them. At first glance, he seemed harmless, always smiling, greeting everyone with warmth, and lending a hand to those in need. The villagers trusted him. Mothers allowed him to carry their children. Men allowed him into their homes, and elders most times sent him on important errands. But unknown to them, Wazu had a dark habit. He was a thief, but not just any thief. He was clever, almost invisible in his operations. When something disappeared, no one ever suspected him. His charm shielded him. Not only that, the elders even complained to him for solution. Such was the trust they had in him. One moonless night, the villagers awoke to discover that the queen's golden ornament, a treasured heirloom, had vanished from her guarded hut. The guards swore they saw no intruder, no broken doors, no footprints. Surprise filled the village. Is it witchcraft? Could the spirits be angry? Who dares to touch the queen's ornament? Or have the guards suddenly grown dishonest? These questions remained unanswered. The elders performed divinations, but the oracles remained silent. Suspicion grew each day. Yet, Wazu smiled through it all, his hands folded innocently. Little did anyone know, it was hidden deep in a clay pot in his hut, while he watched the entire village panic. That theft made him bolder, and each night, one item or another disappeared. Wazu became a shadow the village could not catch. But Wazu's greed did not stop with the queen's golden ornament. In the deep silence of another moonless night, after striking a deal with a band of notorious thieves from a neighboring village, his heart pounded with excitement as he led them through the hidden bush paths, whispering instructions like a serpent guiding prey. Their target was none other than Madu, the progressive farmer whose great yam barn stood tall as a symbol of hard work and prosperity. When the hour was darkest, the thieves crept like shadows into the barn, while Wazu kept watch, his torch wrapped under his wrapper to hide the glow. They packed heaps of Madu's finest yams into baskets and loaded them onto donkeys, sending the bounty away to a distant market where no villager would trace them. By dawn, the barn was almost empty, Madu's sweat and labor stolen in a single night. The villagers wailed at the cruel loss, never suspecting that the smiling, trusted Wazu had been the very hand behind their sorrow. He even suggested to the elders that Madu should keep guards to his barn, always, since it is close to the outskirts of the village. The elders always cherished his advice, but pride is a dangerous companion. Among the customs of Dobaga, one thing was forbidden above all: touching the sacred he-goat of the gods, kept in the shrine of Opa, the earth deity. That goat was not food, nor was it property. It was a spiritual being, a symbol of the village's covenant with the gods. To harm it was to invite calamity. But Wazu, drunk with his success, thought differently. Who will suspect me? Who has ever suspected me? He whispered to himself one night. Again, under the cover of darkness, he crept into the shrine. He made sure the chief priest was unavailable. With cunning swiftness, Wazu pounced on the goat, bound its mouth, tied its legs, and carried it far away into the forest, and the next day sold it in a distant market where no one knew him. He sold it and returned with money jingling in his pouch. But the gods are not mocked. That very night, as he sat in his hut, eating roasted yam, something strange happened. His stomach rumbled loudly. Before he could stand, a loud, shameful fart sound escaped him. Purrt! He froze. Alone in his hut, he laughed nervously, but the sounds kept coming. They were uncontrollable, loud, embarrassing. He pressed his stomach, groaning. By morning, the whole village could hear him as he walked the paths. Purrt! Purrt! Children laughed. Women covered their mouths in shock. Men frowned in confusion. What curse is this? They whispered. Wazoo tried everything to stop it. He chewed bitter herbs, visited medicine men, even drank palm wine to dull the shame. But the more he tried, the worse it became. He would greet someone warmly, shake hands, and suddenly he will fart. At night, he couldn't sleep, for the air in his stomach rumbled like drums of disgrace. He avoided crowds, but whenever he went out, the sounds betrayed him. The villagers began to suspect. This cannot be ordinary. Surely something is wrong with him. But Wazoo still kept his secret. The guilt of stealing the sacred goat burned inside him, yet he told no one. His charm began to fade as people laughed behind his back. Then came the village festival. The elders demanded that every man and woman gather in the square. Wazoo dreaded it, but refusing would only increase suspicion. So he went. And before the entire village, as the elders poured libation and invoked the gods, his curse grew louder. As his stomach rumbled, and he was about moving away from the crowd, he farted loudly. The crowd erupted in laughter. Some rolled on the ground. Others covered their faces. Even the elders struggled to maintain composure. The king and queen's gaze burned through him. At that moment, Wazoo broke. With tears in his eyes and sweat pouring down his face, he staggered to the center of the square. "Please! Enough!" he cried. His voice shook. The laughter died down. Everyone stared. "It was me," he whispered. "I am the one who stole the queen's golden ornament." The villagers shouted, "I am the one who emptied the yam barns of Madu and others. I am the one who took the hunter's bows. I am the thief you all could not catch." Gasps filled the air. Faces turned pale. The elders looked at one another in shock. "And the sacred goat!" His voice cracked. "I sold it." Another major shout from the villagers vibrated everywhere. Before he could finish, another loud fart burst forth, making the villagers jump. But now, no one laughed. Silence gripped the square. The priest of Opa stepped forward, his staff trembling. You dared touch what belonged to the gods. That is why the spirits have cursed you. You have shamed yourself, and you have shamed Dobaga." The king's face hardened. "Banished. From this day forth, let Wazoo's name be erased from our lips. Let him wander with his shame." The crowd roared in agreement. Wazoo begged. He fell to the ground, rolling in dust, tears mixing with sweat. But the elders were unmoved. They pronounced him banished, never to step foot in Dobaga again. The village guards followed him to his house, where he took his belongings and led him to the edge of the forest. Children threw sand at him. Women spat. Men shouted curses. He walked away, his bag on his back, his shame following with every fart sounding through the trees. No matter where he went, the curse never left. He became a wanderer, and Dobaga never forgot. Charm may deceive for a while, but the gods always expose the hidden hand of evil. Was justice truly served? Let us know your thoughts on the comment section. This story is from African Folktales by Momoneli. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like and leave a comment, as we have got some more videos on the way, which we think you are really going to enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.